interesting because we're going to stay with that Philly topic because that might be a suitor for this guy. We go from Philly to New York for LeBron James, where he was making center stage news yesterday. He made his first public appearance since informing the Lakers that he would be leaving to join via free agency another team. He was at the Fanatics Fest, and then he sat on the Boardroom Game Plan Summit with CNBC. And here's what he had to say about his future.
I heard Warriors, I heard Philly, Miami. This guy just told me to come to the Yankees.
When people were like, hurry up and make a damn decision, Brian, it's like, okay, it's not just about the team.
Yeah.
So many other factors that I'm, factoring in right now on what, not only best fit me as a player, what best fit me as a person, what best fit me as what my happiness, and also with my family as well. Yeah. So there's a lot of, won't hold you guys up too much longer.
I won't hold you guys up too much longer. That was interesting. That was with Rich Kleinman, who is, of course, with the game plan and the boardroom and all over there. We go to Windy and Jay Will. We got to break it down here and decipher what actually we could take from the comments. Windy, how is the league reacting to LeBron's first public comments and saying, I will be a free agent?
Well, Peter, you heard him say there that there's other factors he's considering, and the league basically wants to know, what are those factors? I mean, I don't think there was many people that thought he would actually make the announcement yesterday, but the teams that are after him really are in a dearth of information. And you haven't seen any teams really make any significant changes or do things to their roster to try to appeal to LeBron because they don't really know exactly what he's looking for. They were hoping that that would be articulated a little bit yesterday, and it was not. And what I mean by that, Peter, is like when he was in LA last year, he sort of turned into the third wheel. He didn't have the ball in his hands as much. He was asked to do some different things defensively. Is that something he doesn't want to do anymore? Does he definitely want to have the ball in his hands, for example? Does he want to play fewer minutes? Does he want to have certain things he wants to accomplish to keep himself healthy? Nothing was revealed yesterday. About the only thing that you could consider newsworthy from this was that he said he's considering playing a couple more seasons. So I actually think is important as he evaluates who he may play for.
Jay, you're as much of a business guy as a basketball guy to me. LeBron's not telling us anything really, but there are things we can pull from this. What factors do you believe he's actually considering when making this decision?
I mean, real quick, Pete, on New York, because I know you're Mr. New York too. I mean, yesterday between the Fanatics Festival, World Cup going on, the boardroom, I mean, there were so many people in town, and I heard multiple players say, hey, like everybody's kind of in a hold and wait position, to Wendy's point about what LeBron is going to do. To me, I often think about this whenever you're around this group is, a lot of people talk about, hey, it's about winning a championship. It's also how you close out a legacy. And when you think about LeBron, you think about maybe the top three greatest player of all time. A lot of people have him slotted number one or number two. And how that legacy finishes matters, guys. So let's just go through it very quickly. If you go out to Steph, that will now be Kevin Durant and LeBron James that have gone out to Steph. That says more about Steph than I think it says about the way LeBron finishes. If he goes to Minnesota, is he going to be that with LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards? I'm not sure. If you think about Miami, he's done that. That's more Espo and Pat Riley. To me, this is about you. Chapter one was Akron, Ohio. The closing chapter is Cleveland, Ohio. You close it at home. That's where you finalize and submit your legacy. That's just me personally. It's subjective. It's speculative. But at the end of the day, it just feels like when you're doing a doc, close out the doc with the place where you started the doc.
Okay, and that's so interesting because obviously Philly, Miami, we've heard Minnesota, and of course you're talking Cleveland. Windy, I go back to you because it's interesting to me that we're waiting on this thing, and it's Kleinman and it's LeBron, and everyone at home in the media is waiting for some sort of reading of the tea leaves here. But it sounds like the rest of the NBA is actually listening to these too because they're not hearing anything from LeBron, and there's really no insight.
Yeah, Peter, I was in Las Vegas for most of the week at the Summer League, and I'm telling you, the teams that are recruiting LeBron are coming up to me and asking me what I've heard because they haven't heard anything. They're asking each other, have you heard from Rich Paul? Have you heard from this? there is a dearth of information. I know that there's this concept that this plan is in place, and it's just a matter of how it might get revealed. And I'm sure LeBron has something he's made his mind up in some way, but it really has not gotten out to the league. And it got to the point where Adam Silver last night was on another panel at Fanatics Fest, and he was kind of tongue in cheek, but he was kind of being serious. He was like, we need to do our schedule. Our media partners need to know what to plan, which teams to put on. So LeBron, it would be helpful if you would let us know. It's actually kind of reaching the point of, impeding league business here.
Yeah, okay, so let's go from New York City, where everyone is, to Jay Will's point, to Miami, because Giannis was introduced yesterday. And though with much less pomp and circumstance than LeBron in 2010, when it was LeBron and Bosh and Wade, there was a big press conference, and Pat Riley indicated there's still some more work to do and actually pitched a Miami return for LeBron. Take a listen.
Yeah, we landed the plane. Now there's another one we have to land. If that happens and, he wants to come to the 305, we got a golf course, okay? The weather's nice, Steve Kerr. It's the same thing down here. And so, and there's no state tax, so that's a little better in California.
We're talking about golf courses and state taxes. It sounds pretty good to me, Jay Will.
Makes sense, Pete. Makes sense.
It sounds pretty good.
Just
I like
saying.
that. What is it? That Grove 23? I don't know. Okay, let's go to Windy here.
Yep.
Why are those Riley comments to you so illuminating?
Look, he's celebrating Giannis Antetokounmpo, but at the same time actively recruiting LeBron James. And, this is what's going on with this particular free agency that LeBron's doing, Peter. The teams are actively saying it publicly because they don't get private conversations with them. I know there's nothing that Pat Riley can say about the Heat LeBron doesn't already know. But the fact that he is taking this opportunity while welcoming Giannis to appeal to LeBron is an indication of A, how badly the Heat wants him, and B, that this entire operation is rolling out in public with the teams in the dark. And I think Miami can make a compelling case. If LeBron wants to play the type of basketball that is more comfortable to him, where he has the ball, the Heat are the team that is the fit for that. Now, I don't know whether that's important to him. I don't know whether the way he played in Los Angeles last year is something he doesn't want to do, because he won't tell us. But if they want to play like he has always played for 23 years, Miami makes some sense. Plus, Giannis and Bam Adebayo provide the defensive cover. And again, if he's going to play multiple years, it would give the Heat time to build this roster up. So that's a factor as well.
Jay Will, Cleveland, Miami, make sense of it all.
Pete, let's just go through a quick exercise. Being around a lot of politicians and people that you meet in life, whenever I hear somebody come out and say, I am not running for president, I'm like, oh, here we go, campaign run. And one of the first things I heard, and I'm not saying it's actually something that should happen, but why wouldn't it be highly considered, even if you want to keep it quiet, is when Rich Paul first was like, oh, if the Knicks didn't win a championship, it was by far going to be New York. And then all of a sudden, everybody just removed New York off the table. And I get there are other, slew of talented teams that can look at him. But if you are New York, this is the arms race. The landscape has already changed. People can tell me all day long, well, we don't want to mess with chemistry. You can make that case if 2 out of the 3 Oklahoma City's top scorers weren't hurt, that it's a different scenario. So if you're in New York, why wouldn't you highly consider having LeBron James? You have a lack of size challenge. He can fill that gap. You're already playing Jalen Brunson off the ball. You wouldn't have to give up the house for a guy like LeBron James. Why wouldn't that be highly considered? And the fact that nobody's talking about it just makes my windy antenna go up.
Yeah.
That's all.
New York. So throw New York into the mix. Here's one thing I'll say, Windy, and you're a golf fan, so am I. I asked this tongue-in-cheek because Pat Riley did mention the golf. Anything you see on social media is LeBron is right now obsessed with golf. Tell me, and this sounds crazy, I know, could access to good golf courses and the experience of playing golf actually play a factor in LeBron's decision here?
I'm sure it's something LeBron is considering, but let me just say that if part of your pitch is your golf, you don't have a very good pitch.
You can always get on the PJ and just fly down to wherever you want to play golf. I mean, it's not.
It's true. Back to the Miami of it. Jay Will, like Miami basketball sense versus Cleveland. I don't know if they'd be able to keep Harden if you bring in LeBron and we'd figure it all out. But Giannis, Bam, those guys can protect the middle. LeBron can kind of be free not to have to do all the dirty work there. Like, what do you make of the Miami fit basketball-wise?
I mean, look, I have no hesitation of confidence in Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and, you know, I've known Nick Harrison for a very long time and Mickey Harrison. I think they are one of the most prestigious franchises in the entire world. I think they can figure it out. But what I will say is, if you're LeBron at this stage of your career, the way you play, you need elite shooting around you for the way you command a presence, attacking the lane and making reads. And there's still a lot of personnel decisions that Miami would have to make in order to fill those gaps to make sure they had the right ancillary pieces around him.
Okay. Wendy, I think the golf matters just between you and I know you dismissed that, but I'm going to stay with that. I'm going to say which club matters, who he's around.
Grove 23. Grove 23.
But you know what?
Jupiter, a lot of things going on in Florida, yeah.
He might not want to do the Grove 23 thing if you know who owns Grove 23. Anyway, we're going to move right along here because coming up, it's a